Hello, boys and girls. I am so glad you're here in our library. And as you can see, we are ready to read around the world. I am so glad you are there. I am here. We are being safe and we get to go to places all over the world this month. So come along with me and let's have some fun. Today, boys and girls, I have two books right now that I'm going to be reading to you that are also songs. I want you to see if you can recognize these songs that I am going to be reading to you. If we have time, I might do a little bit of singing, but let's get started. The very first book I'm going to read is called He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. Have you heard this one before? This book is written and illustrated by KDG Nelson. It is titled, He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. I love the pictures in this book. I hope you can enjoy them too. He's got the whole world in his hands. Who are we talking about, boys and girls, when we keep saying he's got the whole world in his hands? Is it Mr. Nelson? No. Is it your daddy? No. Is it my daddy? No. Is it God? Yes, it is God. So when I say he's got the whole world in his hands, only God can do that, boys and girls. So let's get going. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. This looks like a big city, boys and girls, like Sao Paulo. He's got my brothers and my sisters in his hands. It looks like he has a drawing right here. I don't know if you can see it, but we're going to get closer. Watch. Oh, he's got the whole world in his hands. It has a daddy and a mommy and brothers and sisters and even the dog. So this is the picture he's holding. He's got the sun and the rain in his hands. He's got the moon and the stars in his hands. He's got the wind and the clouds in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the rivers and the mountains in his hands. He's got the oceans and the seas in his hands. He's got you and he's got me in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Look, they did a world puzzle right there. Very cool. He's got everybody here in his hands. He's got everybody there in his hands. He's got everybody everywhere in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. I told you this was a song. He's got the whole world in his hands. 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 I have another book for you, boys and girls. I told you these books were going to be songs as well. Let's find out what the next book is. Now, this book, I always think of one of my favorite places to visit. That's a hint. Let's see if you know which song this is. It's a Small World. Let's keep reading. These words and music are by Richard M. Sherman and Robert M. Sherman. The illustrations are by Joey Cho, and they are adorable, boys and girls. Look at all the little boys and girls. It's a small world. It's a small world. All the children are dressed in different outfits from their countries. Mrs. Fleury has on a shirt from Mozambique, Ilha de Mozambique Island in South Africa. This is Mr. Fleury's shirt. Don't tell him I borrowed it. It's a world of laughter. A world of tears. It's a world of hopes and a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it is time we're aware. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world. There is just one moon and one golden sun. And a smile means friendship to everyone. Though the mountains divide and the oceans are wide, it's a small world after all. Fireworks! We all love fireworks. Do you remember where this song is from? Well, I'm gonna tell you. This song is at one of my favorite rides. And the ride is called It's a Small World, and it's at Disneyland. I sent you the little virtual tour in December, and if you were able to go on one of my favorite rides, it's a small world. And this is how the song goes. Are you ready? You can sing with me if you know it. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of hopes and a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time we're aware. It's a small world after all. 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 It's a small, small world. Well, boys and girls, this small world, we need to remember that God holds it in His hands. So, boys and girls, I have another fun book for you to listen to about our great big world that God holds in His hands. So slide on over to the next slide and let's listen to another book.